Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Second and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Mills. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 1.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early third and 1.
Lock 59. Lock 59. Okay. Get back. 49. Check 42.
They'll drop the throw, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
4 down, check, 4 down. Tighten up. Check 24, check 24.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they look at the sideline thinking
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
To throw is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Breida. And an alley to run. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll toss it to Smith. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 37.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, let's get it to 6. Pull it. Now. Switch.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Whip. Watch the whip. Watch twist. Check 15. Check.
Now back to throw. Finding room to the 20. This one caught by Ridley. And down to the 16-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
It's now third down.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Back. Slam.
They'll look to throw here. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 3.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, boom. Shut up.
Now Ito Smith. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's going to be a long day. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Out, 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 out.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs. In the top 5 in the NFL, it's all a mindset. And I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be held in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Now the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Garoppolo gives to Breida. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Here we go. 180. 54 miles. Cross the run. They're running it. 21.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Pettis once again the target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, John. Let's go, right here. Mike. I got you. Right there in the middle, 55.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but it feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So they'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go, here we go. Like 20!
Now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Deidrin Sanat with a sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So we have reached halftime here and a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up a throw. Caught by Jones. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey, check.
On third down, Smith. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. They keep it with Smith on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tack McKinley in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable here from the 38. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. The Jets have just scored, so they've taken the lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
They'll run with Smith. And an alley to run. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That burst good for 20 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and goal from the 1. Here we go now with Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Here we go. Slam, slam. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check.
They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Let's go, baby. 21, 21. Check.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 24, check 24. Sponge. Shut up. No.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The 1st down carry for Smith. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mills. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on 1st down. Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 30-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go. Here we go. Check, check. Fresno. Fresno. Fresno.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Complete to Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Smith. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They go back to the ground with Smith. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Smith trying to run for it. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
They're not ready for this, man.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Falcons, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Niners, not much. The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Red, 60, orange. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He takes this for 3 to the 29. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Off the play fake. Love. He'll buy some time right. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Love. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Shoot. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
4-2. Mike 4-2. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Mike 42. Mike 42.
Squeeze. Squeeze. Get in there. I got one. I got one. I got one. C6. Out. Out. Ready. Set.
Operating from the gun. Love eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo. Pilot. 64. Go.
On first down, Lawrence under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. We're scoreless after one. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go.
2nd and long. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Got some room at the 30. And some room to maneuver. They'll get 34 yards there. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch the slide.
Jet bombers. Jet bombers.
At the 44-yard line.
Hey, Alpha.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Where holes are going to be before they actually open, I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Flush to his right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That's good for 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He's going to get it running right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Slam. Yeah. 5. Mike 54. Mike 54. 3 buzz.
Here's Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2.
Hey, high 7. Come.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This one a little slow to get cooking, just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On the set. 54 is Mike. Check 3. 218. Chopper. Here we go, D. And up.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Here it comes. Let's go. 60 outlaw. 61. Matchbox lights.
Eric Armstead brought him down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Yards. And it's 3rd down.
Mike 5-4.
And ready? Now.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Check 4.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 6. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and he will take it out to the 25-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that.
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Mike 5-4. I'm coming after you. Right there. 54. Right there. 56.
2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Hey, we got four down. Check it out, Reed.
Again, it's Barkley, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
30 base.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here.
Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. It's caught, Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Bravo.
Mike 5-4. Check back. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Ricky.
22 jump up.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
17 yards. And the Packer first down.
Mike 54. Drop deep.
Hey, box drop.
54 is Mike. Check now.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Ready.
On the run, it's Barkley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Saquon Barkley, 27 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be taken in at the 1. The Atlanta offense out of script coming out of the second.
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.